The honest gamer, Ragzara here. And lately, I've been thinking about what video games feel like. And I have to start a few years ago during the COVID-19 pandemic. Something happened in gaming that I still can't stop thinking about. The Matrix Awakens. It released as part of an Unreal Engine 5 presentation. Most people looked at it as a tech demo, a beautiful showcase, a look what the next gen can do moment. But when I saw it, it felt bigger than that. The city felt alive. The scales, the crowds, the atmosphere, the lighting, the emptiness, somehow mixed with realism. It didn't feel like a normal demo. It felt like a glimpse into the future of gaming. Almost like the beginning of a new The Matrix Online. And then, nothing happened. No big online Matrix world, no continuation, no massive experience built from it. It just quietly disappeared. But that feeling never disappeared from me. You know, I never got to play The Matrix Online when it was alive. Back then, I was too young, didn't really have the chance, and by the time I truly understood what it was gone. And that's the cruel thing about MMOs. When they die, they really die. A single player game can always be replayed, but MMOs are moments in time. The community, the atmosphere, the culture, the mystery. Once the servers go down, that version of the world disappears forever. Now I'm 36, carrying this weird Matrix nostalgia for something I barely even experienced directly. Maybe that's why I've been revisiting older games lately. Recently, I played Mortal Kombat 1, like I said I would in my previous video. I finished the entire story mode in one day. The base story, the DLC, all of it. And honestly, I liked it. The cinematics were impressive. Seeing the Armageddon style battles recreated in HD looked incredible. The lore wasn't bad at all. The production value was massive. But by the end of it, I was exhausted. Then I opened Invasions mode and I just couldn't do it anymore. Not because the game was bad, not because I hated it, but because it felt mentally tiring. Modern games are packed with systems, seasonal content, progression loops, unlock systems, rotating rewards, constant engagement mechanics. Even when they're fun, you can feel the machine underneath them, asking you to stay longer. I even tried PvP. First Omni-Man destroyed me, then Shao Kahn, then Conan. And after the third match, I realized this is Mortal Kombat. But it's not the Mortal Kombat I remember anymore. The mechanics evolved. The combos changed. The rhythm changed. I tried using old muscle memory, classic inputs, old strategies, and modern MK completely rejected them. And honestly, that part was actually cool. I respected it. But after all of that, I was mentally done. Then I booted Path of Neo. I said, hell, the hell with it. I'm playing the Matrix Path of Neo, as I said I would in my previous video. And something weird happened. I played it all day. I died multiple times. The game was clunky, the mechanics were old, the animations aged badly in some places. But I never got tired of it. Not once. Instead, I kept discovering things, secrets, hidden moments, weird mechanics, experimental design choices. And even though I had finished it previously 4 times, I suddenly remembered something. And that is, modern games rarely make me feel anymore. They rarely make me feel curiosity. Older games, yeah, they're messy, but they felt alive. Developers hid strange things inside them because they wanted players to experiment. You weren't being pushed through a perfectly optimized engagement loop. You were exploring. That's when it hit me. Modern games are often designed like platforms. Older games were designed like places. Modern gaming perfected engagement through battle passes, daily systems, retention mechanics, content cycles. But somewhere along the way, many games lost mystery. Older games didn't always explain everything. They didn't optimize every second of your attention. Sometimes they were confusing, sometimes they were pretty broken, but they felt personal. You explored them because you wanted to see what was hidden behind the next corner, not because a progression system told you to. And suddenly, at that moment, it hit me. I understood why the Matrix Awakens, the Unreal Engine 5 demo, stayed in my head for years. It wasn't about just graphics, it represented possibility. During the pandemic, especially people connected emotionally to digital worlds, the Matrix City felt like a place you could disappear into, a place that represented the future of immersion. And maybe that's why so many gamers nowadays feel disconnected. Not because modern games are bad, but because gaming changed philosophy. We moved from here's a strange world, go explore it, to here's a system, stay engaged. And maybe that's why an old imperfect Matrix game from 2005 gave me more enjoyment than one of the biggest modern fighting games ever made. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on Mortal Kombat 1. The game is good, I liked it. But what I am saying is that a lot of modern games feel less immersive the harder they try to keep you engaged. The more systems they add, the more mechanics, the more seasonal content, the more progression loops, the more exhausting they sometimes become. And maybe that's why games like Cyberpunk 2077 eventually worked so well for so many people. And no, I'm not talking about its launch. We all know how that went. I'm talking about the game afterward, what the game became. And even now, years later, you boot it up, and the immersion is still there. The city feels alive, the world breathes. You can walk around for hours and not feel pressured to constantly engage with something. Sometimes the best worlds aren't the ones trying to constantly grab your attention. Sometimes they're the ones confident enough to simply let you exist inside them. And honestly, maybe that's what older games understood better. Not every game needs to feel like a platform. Sometimes players just want a world. If you liked this video, thank you. If you didn't, hey, I get it. Not every conversation is for everybody. But either way, have a good one.